Kenner Star Wars B-Wing Fighter from 1984. This is a pretty cool toy. I didn't have one of these back in the day. By the time Return of the Jedi came out, I was already heavily into my car, my automobile. I was on the dating scene. I do remember seeing Return of the Jedi on opening night. I don't remember the girl's name I took to go see it on date night. Willie's memory's not too good anymore. But I do remember seeing this ship in the movie and thought it was absolutely incredible. I'm trying to figure out why they call it the B-Wing. No, I get the X-Wing because it looks like an X from the back. And I get the A-Wing because from the top it looks like the letter A. And I get the Y-Wing because it looks like a Y from the top. But I don't see a B. I see like a T. Maybe they call it the T-Wing. I don't know. I'm just rambling. But the toy has a lot of great features to it. It has retractable landing gear. You can extend and retract the wings here, just like in the movie. The cockpit actually turns on a pivot. So you actually have the cockpit spin around and stay level as the ship rotates around it, just like in the movie. A lot of great play features. A lot of great detail. Now, as Kenner went along making these toys for Star Wars, they got better and better at putting details onto the ships. There's a lot of nice little rivets and things like that you can see on here, all molded in plastic. They did a heck of a good job. One of the cool things about the B-Wing ship is it is heavily armed. We got guns up there. We got our two main guns. We got guns down there. There's like guns all over the place on this ship, bristling with armament. The boxes came in was actually really cool looking as well. I love the box art. I don't have the original box for this B-Wing. I picked it up loose off of a buddy of mine. But at least I do have the B-Wing pilot who's hiding out in there right now. Don't have his blaster, but I do have the B-Wing pilot. Had to do a little bit of restoration work on this toy. The wings weren't extending very well. They were very binding. And also the motor sound effect, the motor with the reed wasn't working, so I had to go in there and clean the turbos, oil up the motor, get it freed up. It's just because it had been sitting for so long, not being used. That happens a lot with these older toys. The motors just don't work because they get a film on the commutators and just don't want to do anything. At least I got it working. And while though it has the mechanical sound effects, I think the mechanical sound effects have a certain type of charm. I do like the modern Power of the Force 2 line and the more modern ships they make. They have the electronic sound effects. That's really cool. But the mechanical ones I remember growing up with in my Star Wars toys, they just have a certain charm. They bring in a lot of memories when I hear them. So anyway, let's take a closer look at the ship here. So like I was saying, the wings can be extended and retracted. And the way that works is on the back of the ship here. Flip it over. You have hang on down there, a nacelle you can turn right here. So when you turn it, that causes the wings to come down or the wings to go up. Pretty cool. You make it flap like a bird. Fly away, little B-Wing, fly away. So that's the retracted position. Now on the bottom here we have a lever. It's over on this side by the cockpit. That will retract and extend the landing gear. So I move this lever right down here. My little pilot fell out. The landing gear comes up and down. You see the one clear over on the right of the screen. You see the little nubby coming up and down right there. Pretty awesome. We'll leave the pilot out of the cockpit for now. Of course, the cockpit, like I said, it rotates around on its axis. So as you rotate the cockpit around, it'll rotate on its axis to stay level with the ship. Of course, we have some nice detail inside of the cockpit. You see the decals in there. A lot of great detail. Like I said, Kenner did a good job with these later release of these toys. Of course, we have our battery compartment, which is right here. Runs on 2 AA batteries. You see them sitting right down in there. Close it up, lock it. Then here's our button for our sound effects. Like I said, those have a certain charm to them. That's a neat looking over top view of the ship. It is a cool looking ship. Of course, here's our little B-Wing pilot. B-Wing, yeah, B-Wing pilot. Pretty cool. Doesn't have an original blaster, but I do like getting the original figures with these ships when I take a look at these toys. The ones I keep, I put the figure inside the cockpit and I hang it from my ceiling. I like to show the figures that actually went with the toy as well. This one I probably am not going to keep. I don't have room to hang this from my ceiling. I do have a Darth Vader TIE Fighter from Kenner that I'm in the process of restoring right now that I plan on keeping to hang from my ceiling in the one spot I have available. Because I had one of those back in the day. Didn't have this, so there's really no nostalgia for it. So I'll probably pass this along to somebody else. I may end up taking it up to East Carolina Collectibles up in Robertsonville, North Carolina. So you may find it up there for sale. But anyway, some great decals, or details in the decals here. Pretty cool. Really like this ship. It's pretty awesome.
The galaxy explodes. The rebels return. You can relive it all with Kenner's Star Wars Return of the Jedi Collection.
The fleet's diving in a hyperdrive. Got it moving.
New B-Wing fighters and B-Wing pilot action figures, each sold separately. Batteries not included.
Asteroid belt, lowering wings. Hold on tight. That's our laser cannon. Check. General Cockpit stable. Now for some evasive action. We're home free.
New B-Wing fighter and B-Wing pilot action figures, each sold separately from Kenner's Star Wars Return of the Jedi Collection.
So that's the vintage Kenner Star Wars Return of the Jedi B-Wing fighter. Did you have this toy back in the day growing up? What were your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on this toy in general? I think it's a pretty cool toy. Anyway, as always, everyone, thanks for watching. Oh, spin dry. Oh shoot!